In the heart of a raging storm, a legend is forged in fire and steel. Behold Camelot, its stone walls trembling, not before the thunder, but before the shadow that eclipses the sky. A colossal black dragon, scales like obsidian, descends upon the kingdom, breathing a torrent of dark, shadowy flame. But Camelot does not stand alone. King Arthur, his armor gleaming like a beacon of hope, charges into the fray. In his grasp, the legendary sword Excalibur radiates a brilliant, divine light, cutting through the swirling dust and embers. This is more than a battle. It's a clash between myth and mortal, darkness and light. With every sweeping camera movement, you're thrown into the heart of the action, feeling the ground shake and the heat of the dragon's breath. Witness the sheer determination on Arthur's face as he defends his people. This is fantasy brought to life, an epic tale of courage against impossible odds. In the heart of a kingdom cloaked in myth, where stone giants kissed the sky, a storm was brewing, not of wind or rain, but of shadow and fire. Camelot, the jewel of Albion, stood defiant against the encroaching darkness. Its walls, etched with the scars of 1,000 battles, now faced their greatest trial. Above, the heavens churned, a maelstrom of angry grey and black, mirroring the chaos that was about to unfold on the earth below. From this swirling tempest, a nightmare took form. A dragon, vast and terrible, its scales the color of obsidian and midnight. It was a creature born of ancient rage, its eyes burning like twin coals of hatred. With a roar that shook the very foundations of the castle, it descended, its colossal form eclipsing the troubled sky. A torrent of shadowy fire, a dark, consuming flame, spewed forth from its maw, licking at the stone walls of Camelot, promising ruin and despair. The air grew thick with the stench of soot and magic, a suffocating blanket of dread. But Camelot was not without its champion. A figure emerged from the gate, a beacon of hope against the encroaching gloom. He was clad in armor of polished silver, so bright it seemed to capture the last vestiges of daylight. Each plate was a mirror, reflecting the grim determination etched upon his face. This was Arthur, the once and future king, the protector of the realm. His cape, the royal crimson of his house, billowed behind him like a river of blood against the storm, a stark banner of defiance. He did not waver. He did not flinch. He walked towards the inferno with the steady gait of a man who knew his destiny. In his hands, he held a legend, Excalibur. The sword was not merely steel. It was captured starlight, forged in magic, and tempered by fate. As Arthur raised it, the blade began to glow, pulsing with an ethereal blue light that cut through the oppressive darkness. It hummed with a power that was ancient and pure, a stark contrast to the dragon's chaotic energy. The light from the sword cast long, dancing shadows, turning the battlefield into a surreal stage for the coming clash. Dust and embers, kicked up by the wind, swirled around the king, creating a glittering, chaotic halo. The dragon fixed its malevolent gaze on the lone figure. It saw not a man, but a challenge. Another roar, this one filled with contempt, echoed across the land. It lowered its massive head, shadowy flames gathering once more in its throat, preparing to incinerate the insolent king who dared to stand against it. The heat was immense, warping the air, making the world shimmer as if seen through a fever dream. The ground trembled with the beast's power. But Arthur's resolve was forged of sterner stuff than stone, with a warrior's cry that was lost in the din but felt by the very soul of his kingdom. He charged. He was no longer just a king. He was an extension of the light, a living embodiment of courage. He ran towards the abyss, towards the shadow fire, towards certain death, with Excalibur held high. The glowing sword carved an arc of brilliant blue through the gloom, a promise of deliverance. The king, the sword, and the dragon were set on a collision course. A clash between light and shadow, hope and despair, at the very gate of Camelot. The fate of a kingdom hung in the balance, a story to be written in fire and steel. What happens next is a tale for another time. Thanks for watching this first part of our story series. If you want to see how this epic battle concludes, make sure you're subscribed and have hit that notification bell. We've got so many more legends to explore together. See you in the next one.